Everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Let's get into the latest episode of Miss Joseline's Cabaret. This was a good episode. I'm finally happy that they're getting into the storyline of these ladies and kind of letting me get to know these ladies, especially the two that I like, Jay and Lucky. This was a very good episode, and it gave me an appreciation, more of appreciation from Joseline. She's not just the reality superstar that's just want to act ratchet on TV. No, Joseline is here with this show. I think Joseline recognized that Love and Hip Hop gave her a platform to change her life, to elevate her star quality, to get into different realms of business. And I think what Joseline is trying to do, yes, Joseline is here for the coins. She's trying to make money. She's trying to have a show for her own. But she's also trying to reach back to girls who were in the strip club like herself and give them a platform to elevate their lives so they don't have to stay at that level of life. Like she came out of the strip club with Love and Hip Hop. She's trying to bring these girls out of the strip club with her Cabaret. And I appreciate Joseline for that. I really do. Now, they began the show with the foolishness. Daisy and Chastity still talking shit about Jay. And, Jay has left. And I don't want to talk about them talking shit about Jay no more. Like, to me, what else do y'all got? You only talking about this lady's looks. What else do you have? Let's move on. Because I just don't like them. Now they switching up to Lucky. Like, Lucky, you want to switch sides, you want to come be on this side and come be with us. And Lucky is a true friend. She was like, no, what would I want to switch sides for? And Joseline called them out. She was like, you all are being beyond bitches right now. They're being bullies. And what is this size? Y'all all in this Cabaret together. I've said it before. This bottom bitch Daisy is a problem because she thinks she's better than everyone, but she giving all her money to the damn pimp, just like, and I don't even think Jay got a pimp, so at least Jay get to keep her money. This bitch giving all her money to a pimp, and you got the nerve to say you want to come be on my side? No, ma'am. I want to keep my coins. I can't stand Daisy. I can't stand Daisy or Chastity. But let's move on. Lucky finally goes off and breaks down. It's like, you bitches don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Y'all, disclaimer, real quick. When I do Joseline's Cabaret video, I do say curse words in my normal life, but I may say more curse words in this video because the Zeus Networks lets them say anything. They curse a lot. It's very vulgar. If you don't like it, excuse me. But I'm assuming if you watching the Cabaret, you shouldn't be bothered by my curse words. Okay, moving on. Lucky was like, y'all bitches don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. I am not homeless. I am in between housing. And that makes sense. Lucky was like, bitch, I ain't get evicted from my apartment. What happened was I had a roommate situation. This bitch was not paying her half of the rent. I was ending up paying all of the rent and I couldn't handle it. And at one point I said, look, either you gonna pay your half of the rent or you gotta get the fuck out. And when she didn't get the fuck out, I left. And then the next thing I know, she burnt the damn house down. The whole apartment got flooded because I'm assuming it was a nice apartment with the sprinkler system. And she lost all of her shit in this fire. And she was like, you being the bottom bitch, instead of you making fun of me, want to throw money in my face, calling me homeless, why you ain't ask me if I was okay? That's what anybody would do. That's what any normal person would do, especially with somebody you don't really have no beef with. You just beefing with them because you don't like her friend's looks. Bye. Now, the fakest shit of the show is happening because Lucky is crying and this bitch Daisy talking about, I'm on my period and I'm so emotional, and everybody looking at her too because she fake crying. And Joseline in the confession was like, this bitch is fake crying. Her friend Chastity is looking at her like, really, bitch? You was just wanting to fight this girl and now you crying? Oh, Now Lucky is explaining even more of her story about how she was in California and she had a pimp too as well. And I guess he stole all of her belongings. He stole all of her money, her car, put out her house. I guess she really was homeless. And we're gonna circle back around to that in a second because she's gonna go even further into how she got to Miami later in the show. Now everybody wants to give Lucky advice. Now everyone wants to uplift Lucky. Lucky, you are an amazing person. You can do this. Girl, get this money and, fuck these niggas. I'm like, y'all bitches was just trying to fight her, and now because she's crying and you don't want to look like complete bitches because Joseline already called y'all bitches, now you want to give her advice and uplift her. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. But Joseline says she likes Lucky, but she's not feeling because now she starts talking about, but now I have this guy named Shabazz and he's everything to me and he helps uplift me. So she's introducing this boyfriend that we're going to see later on in the episode. And Joseline is like, I like Lucky, but I ain't here for this 51-year-old man. Like, Joseline looks disgusted that Lucky is dating a 51-year-old man. And she was like, no, he ain't my boyfriend. He not my pimp. No, he ain't none of that. He just my special nigga. I'm like, girl. Later on in the episode, I just shake my head. But, girl, let's move on. Because we going to get back into that later. But ain't none of them really feeling the 51-year-old. Now, Joseline is going off to have lunch with Ballistic to tell him about the dinner and everything that went on. And I said, Joseline, this little short bob wavy look, that's your look. Like, she looked so beautiful in that scene. Her hair was snatched, her makeup was snatched. She always got on something that looks good. So that short bob look, that's your look, Joseline. But let's move on. They talking about this wedding again, and I said, let's not talk about the wedding no more because marriage boot camp is coming up this week. And it seems like Ballistic has cold feet for whatever reason. And I'm sure we're going to get all into that on marriage boot camp. So every time they talk about this wedding, he talking about going to space. It's bullshit. I don't want to hear about it no more. Just say you ain't ready. Moving on. They talking about the dinner, and Joseline is saying all these ladies have managers, and Ballistic is like, what's a manager? Is manager the new name for pimp? And I'm learning all kind of street slang in this show, because Jay gave me some more later on. And she was like, managers is the new name for pimps. And she was like, I'm here just trying to do the cabaret, but I done got into some real street shit and some real pimping and hoeing shit. And I'm like, yes, you did, Joseline. Yes, you did. She calls Daisy and Chastity bullies. I wish she would call that to their face, but they are bullies because they have no reason to be picking on Jay. And she gets emotional because she was like, I really understand Jay because them bitches on Love and Hip Hop treated me just like that. They called me ugly. They said I looked like a man. They said I was a prostitute. They said I was a homewrecker. I said, hold up. I love you, Joseline, but you did steal Mimi's man and throw it in her face like, I got your man. I got your man made. So, homewrecker, you got to take that one. You got to take that one. But yes, they didn't have to call you all that other stuff. And what I understand, you had issues with the ladies on Love and Hip Hop. Joseline is crying because she really understands how Jay feels. At this time, Ballistic is like, you really like this 304? Were you a 304? And the way he was looking at her, like, when he asked her that, it looked like that was a very true moment. Like, wait a minute. Were you a hoe? And Joseline was like, no, I never walked the track. So I'm just going to let everyone read between the lines of that conversation. But at that moment, it looked like Ballistic really wanted to know, like, you relating to Jay a little bit too much. Were you doing what Jay was doing? I don't know. Joseline ain't never confirmed. But she said she wasn't walking the track. So whatever she was doing was all in the strip club. Okay, but let's move on. Let's move along. They had a great lunch. They wrapped it up. Lucky is now meeting with her boo, Shabazz. Shabazz is the 51-year-old man. At this time, she's explaining to her man all the bullshit Daisy and Chastity are putting her and Jay through. And he was like, I thought when you said fight, it was just a verbal confrontation. She was like, no, I broke 2 nails. We was punching them bitches. We was fighting. And so he was like, hold up, hold up, hold up. Let me see what I said. She just kept telling him that they just keep saying all these negative things to her. And he said, you need to set a boundary. You need to let people know that they cannot say anything they want to you. And I said, that's true. But the way he was saying is, you need to let them know when they say something to you that there's going to be a verbal what did he say? Repercussion, or you gonna punch these bitches in their faces because this is too much. You don't need to be out here fighting and taking all this bullying bullshit from Chastity and Daisy every day. Like, and I was like, yes, you do need to verbally set a boundary. You can't keep fighting these bitches. Now, yes, y'all on TV, and you can get away with a couple of things when you're on TV because they like that bullshit on TV. But in real life, you can't go around just punching everybody in their mouth every time somebody says something to you that you don't like. At some point, you do have to verbally let them know, don't talk to me like that. But for the most part, if you see you just here with ignorant people, you just got to walk away and let them be ignorant because they only making themselves look like bullies. Now, Shabazz wants to know, what I say? Shabazz wants to know how everyone knows he's in the game. Like, everyone, he wants to know, how does everybody know me? And I'm like, well, is he a pimp? Because why did he say it like that? He was like, I want to know how come everybody know I'm in the game. But he said he was not a pimp, so that's what he said. I don't believe it. As we get through Lucky's story, I don't believe it. He tells her, you know, I'm 51, you 23. You got to be prepared to answer the questions because people are going to ask you why you with this old ass man, and you got to have your answer ready. To me, just say none of your motherfucking business. At the end of the day, I don't like it either. I think a 23-year-old does not need to be with a 51-year-old. I think it's something wrong with that 51-year-old to want to be with a 23-year-old because he was like, I got a child your age and a child older than you and grandkids. So to me, what you want this young ass girl for? But that's besides the point. At the end of the day, it's not illegal. And so it's none of nobody's motherfucking business. If they happy, let them be happy over there. It couldn't have been my child. If it was my child, I had something to say. But it ain't. So that's your answer, Lucky. Mind your motherfucking business. Now, let's move on. Let's move on. So now he wants people to know that they're not boyfriend and girlfriend. They're not pimping and hoeing. They're just special friends. Lucky goes on to say that she starts to break down crying because, remember, she just left a pimp in LA who stole everything that she owned and kind of just left her out there with nothing. Remember, she just explained that at the beginning of the episode. So now she's saying at this point is when she met Shabazz. Shabazz and her met on Instagram. Whatever picture she put up, he liked, reached out to her on Instagram. She said Shabazz told her to come on out here to Miami and I can help you get your life together. Now that sounds like some pimp shit to me because I said, girl, you up and got on a plane to Miami from California with some man you just met on Instagram. You don't know him from a can of paint. You don't know him from Boo Boo the Fool. You don't know this man. And you let him fly you out to Miami. She says, I was very scared when I got off this plane because I didn't know what I was getting into. Girl, no, you did not know what you was getting into. He could have led you straight into the sex trafficking ring. This shit is real. But apparently ain't nothing going on because he wouldn't put his face on TV. So he can't be into too much of some crazy shit. But she was like, I was scared. I don't know nobody in Miami. I didn't know what I was getting into. And you just came out here and you really helped me get on my feet. You helped show me the way to make this money. It sound like pimping stuff to me. And then they keep just calling each other a special friend. And it's nothing creepy about the relationship. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe they not fucking, but as they continue to talk, they fucking. So I'm like, that's your business. That's your business. I said, I appreciate how open she is with sharing her life, because it's probably a lot of girls out there with nothing in these streets. And just take a little advice from Angie. Don't do that shit Lucky did. Like, Lucky was lucky. She was lucky this man at least didn't come out and string her out on some drugs and put her in a sex trafficking ring. She was lucky for that, because she didn't know this man from Adam. Don't do that. Don't do what Lucky did. Like, stay away from these fools on Instagram. That's just a little advice from Angie. I'm happy it worked out for her. I'm happy he wasn't a full creep, but I got my good eye on him. Because now he talking about some pimp shit, and I ain't write down what he was talking. I just said it sounded like some pimp shit because he's still talking. Now, Lucky was like, do you think you could ever marry a girl like me, 23? You think you would ever want to marry me? And then he flipped the script. He was like, I already told you, if I get married, I can't just be married to one woman. It's gonna be more than one of y'all. And I'm like, okay, that's pimp shit right there. And then he flips the script. It was like, but wait a minute, baby. Remember, you like women. You always told me you like women more than men. So why would you want to get married? And I'm like, why are you throwing her under the bus? It's bisexual women get married every day. Why are you throwing her tea on the table? She ain't say nothing about that. But anyway, then he just completely changes the subject and says, we got to get you out in the studio, get you some studio sessions. And I was like, oh, okay, Lucky, what's your talent? Do you rap? Do you sing? I hope they explore some of this on the show, because I really want to see Lucky win. So I was happy that we got to learn a little bit more about Miss Lucky. Now it's time for Joseline to get in the studio. She got to finish this Sex Drive song. She got a video shoot coming up. And here go Joseline in all of her Joseline ways, coming in the studio talking about, I just got to come up to the studio, make sure ain't no bitches sucking my man's dick, because I know the dick sucking go down in the studio. And I'm just at the TV hollering. I wish I could talk like Joseline. I'm not very good at accents, but the way she says the shit she says, like when I said it, it wasn't funny how I said it. But if you just imagine I said it how Joseline talks, hilarious. She in the studio with Ballistic. I believe they just want to have a studio scene. I don't see how anywhere in life you have a song that's not ready, but you shooting the music video the very next day, and the artist doesn't know anything about the concept or anything of the video. They just gonna show up and Joseline could have did it. It could be true. She just gonna show up and shake her ass to the song. That's really all they was doing in this video. Anyway, but I like this Sex Drive song. I really like that song, Joseline. I'm very happy you learned the game. You're doing what Mona should have been doing with plenty of her artists, which is, this is my show, so I'm going to promote my shit. I'm going to give y'all some entertainment, but I'm going to promote my shit at the same time. Keep on promoting, Joseline, because the more I hear that Sex Drive song, the more I like it. Now, she talking about the video, and he was like, well, why don't you bring the girls to the video? And she's like, yeah, I'm going to bring Jay and Lucky and Ballistic. Like, what about Chastity and Daisy? And she's like, fuck them bully ass bitches. They can sit this one out. They need to learn a lesson. So that's going to be drama. We're going to get into that next week. That's going to be drama at the video shoot. She get to shake her ass for Ballistic a little bit. I ain't hardly see her go in the studio and finish shit. But anyway, let's move on. So now Joseline wants to get with Jay. I'm assuming it's an opportunity for her to invite her to the music video shoot. She rolling up on her. Jay is out on what they call the trap. I learned a lot of good slang in Jay's section. And she out on walking the beach. That's where all the men with the money at, down by the beach. Joseline pulls up on her with the cameras. Jay is pissed. She's like, bitch, you brought these cameras? I ain't trying to get no free game out here. And I'm like, free game? I ain't know what she was saying. Like, I thought Jay was pissed that Joseline brought the cameras showing her walking the trap, like she was mad don't be showing me out here being a 304. But no, she was like, no, free game is, I'm not trying to show these bitches where the money at. You bring these cameras, now all the bitches gonna come down to the beach and get my tricks with the money. I said, okay, free game. I got that, Jay. And then she said, man, bitch, you want to come talk to me while I'm down right now? I'm getting down right now. And I'm like, she's down. I'm like, well, maybe she's sad because she's embarrassed of having to walk the trap. And then, no, Jay lets us know, I'm down, me, I'm working. Like, bitch, I'm here making money. I ain't got time to talk to you in these cameras. I said, I'm learning so much. I learned a lot from Jay, and I really, really do like Jay because Jay is unapologetically a 304. She does not give a fuck. She's doing it for a purpose. She knows that it's not an ideal occupation, but she don't give a fuck what you think. She got to make money, and she about to get into why. Now, Joseline apologizes for the girls. Jay says, them some bullies ass bitches. You ain't got to apologize for them girls because they don't bother me. I don't give a fuck about Daisy and Chastity. They just making themselves look bad. And I said, yes, Jay. Yes, because I'm happy that Jay is not getting hurt. I'm happy Jay has that confidence. It's like, fuck them bitches. Yeah, they bullying me, but I'll whoop their ass and keep going because they just Chastity and Daisy are on this show making people not like them, and that's not a good thing. It's not always cute to be the villain of the show. They're making themselves, like she said, look bad. And so now she was like, I don't even know why Daisy coming at me. She the same type of bitch as me. And I'm like, yes, ma'am. Like, this bitch giving all her money to the pimp. She out here hoeing, shaking her ass, doing the same shit Jay is doing. And she got to give all her money to her man. Her pimp. Let's call it what it is. Her pimp. Her pimp is her man. You got to give all your money to your pimp, but you out here getting on Jay. Read that bitch. You should say that shit to that bitch's face. Because Jay was like, at least I own my shit. At least I say I'm a 304. That bitch a 304 too. Tell that bitch to her face. But let's keep moving. She don't see it. So Joseline was like, I want you to open up to the girls, let them know your story. And Jay's like, well, I want to open up to some bitches that don't like me. True. And Joseline's like, because if they knew where you were coming from, maybe they could understand. Them the type of bitches that's not going to understand because they not coming at Jay for what she does. They only coming at Jay for her looks. For her looks only. And it's some bullshit. They don't give a fuck. But anyway, Jay was like, I don't have time. She was like, I'm out here. I'm missing my family. I'm doing this to help my family. She was like, all the money I get, I send back home. I don't have time for this Versace, Gucci, high-level fashion over because I ain't seen no name brands on none of them chicks. She was like, I don't have time for all this materialistic stuff. Everything I do, I give back to my family. And then we get to learn that Jay, she says, I miss my mother so much. My mother died, and she died in my arms. And she was like, I just can't get over that of having to hold my mother and watch her die in my arms. My heart broke. My heart broke for Jay. Mind you, she's emotional. She's crying through this conversation. She was like, I'm the oldest. She was like, I have to be strong for my younger siblings. I have to be strong for my dad. She was like, my mother was the one who held the family together, and now everyone is looking at me. She was like, everything I get, I send back to them. And she was like, I'm so busy being strong for other people that I don't have anybody to be strong for me. And I can't, she says, sometimes I just want to just zone out. I'm depressed, and I just want to zone out because I can't get over the loss of my mother. Jay, baby, I feel you. Like, I haven't lost my mom, but I can't imagine I can't imagine. And people go through so much trauma, so much depression, and a lot of times they're just crying out for help. And she was like, this was a very real moment. This was a very real moment. She was like, Joseline, I want to do your show, but I have to protect my energy. I felt that. And she was like, I want to do something different with my life. I want to use this platform and grow and do something different with my life. But I have to protect my energy. The little bit of energy I have left to be strong for my family, I can't give it to these hating ass, jealous ass, bullious ass bitches. I can't give them all my energy because I'm the same type of person. I don't like to operate in confusion. I don't like to operate in negativity. I don't like to be in spaces where every day I gotta argue and fight. I don't like it either. So I'm the type of person where I will back out as well because I want to protect my positive energy. So I understood Jay. Jay's emotional, but Jay, don't quit this show for them bitches. Joseline kicked them bitches off the show. Joseline was like, I want to give, if I can just give one lady a chance to change my life, their life, I would be happy. And I completely understand why Joseline's doing this show. Yes, it's entertainment, but she's trying to give you ladies a platform to change your life. And I hope Lucky and Jay does that. I hope they do. Joseline gets emotional because she's like, I allowed Daisy, and she apologizes to Jay. She was like, I allowed Daisy and Chastity, she didn't say bully, but pretty much bully you, and I never said anything. And that's when I wrote down, being a producer is hard, because I understand where Joseline's coming from. She's trying to get these action shots. She's doing the Love and Hip Hop model where she knows the arguing, the fighting is going to bring in the views and people are going to watch that. That's true. But she was like, I should have stepped in when I saw it was going too far. And I appreciate Joseline for saying that. I do. Because I see the growth in Joseline as well. And that's the end of the show, y'all. That was the end of the show. It was very emotional. I love Joseline for saying what she said at the end of the show. Next week, we get to see that it's music video week. And Jay and Lucky are in the video. But Joseline, being the producer she has to be, did some messy shit and was like, Daisy, Chastity, I want y'all just to come look at the video. Just come watch me. She didn't tell them that Jay and Lucky was in it, but she was like, I just want y'all to come watch me do my music video. And of course, all hell is going to erupt because them jealous bitches are going to be jealous that they weren't in the video. And we're going to get to see that unfold next week. So thank you all for watching. Get in the comments. Let me know what y'all thought about this week's episode. I thought it was a really good episode. And I hope Zeus gives Joseline a season 2, even if she can just do this and reach out to more girls and we get to see more people's story and she just give the platform to other people to continuously try to change their life. Like, I really like this show. Joseline, do your thing, girl. Do your thing. And y'all just let me know. Like this video, share. Let's get the views up. And come on and be a part of the Kiss My Cheeks family. Now, I know this is one of the more vulgar. I curse a lot more in this video than others. But I do have other videos coming up, like Survivor's coming back, y'all. I can't wait for Survivor. I am going to be reviewing that. Marriage Boot Camp is coming up. I can't wait to see and review Joseline on that. So I got a lot more stuff coming. It's February. A lot more shows are getting ready to premiere. So come on and be a part of the Kiss My Cheeks family and watch along with me. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good day. I'm off to work. Bye.